Hi, everybody. This is Starla, School Development Coach for New Tech Network, and I have a quick lunchtime tip for you. I got a question around workshops not too long ago, and they really just wanted to know now that we're actually past the project rollout and we're getting into the students have done their knows and need to knows, they have done their next steps and identified their need to knows. And now I'm ready to get into the messy middle of PBL and I want to develop a workshop. Or I've also had teachers that have developed workshops and they're like, I don't feel like if they're so effective. So I wanted to offer some more tips around building out effective workshops. So these are just a few ideas I want to share with you and let me know what you think. So the first thing, what is a workshop? So I came up with this definition and some things just to share with you. I know it's kind of lengthy, but I wanted to show it with you. It's sort of an instructional practice or activity that helps students impute or apply meaning to a targeted skill or content, and really a targeted skill or content. And then the main thing is a workshop helps students to do something they can't do yet. Okay, so it's really a way for us to build out our instructional practices and help students to do things they can't do yet through a targeted skill. All right, so I want to give you a couple of tips. So tip number one, and I think you've already saw that, is identify a targeted skill or content you want to focus on in that workshop. All right. And or either is it a targeted need to know? So have the students identified a need to know that is necessary or a need to know that they're lingering or that they need in order to complete the final product? All right. So identify which one or which targeted skill you want to focus on. Maybe if it's not a content need to know, it may be a skill. Like, really, how can I have a workshop or with my students around collaboration? Or what does it mean for them to have agency? So your workshops can be around content, your standards, something that they need in order to finish the final product, or a skill, and something else that they need to finish the final product. All right. So tip number two, decide who will attend the workshops, how long the workshop will be, and what resources are necessary. So, will you do a whole group workshop? Will you have rotations? Will you identify particular people or particular roles within the groups to come and attend the workshop? So, that depends. How long is the workshop? Will it be an entire day? Are you planning 30 minutes? It just depends on the skill or the content that you're trying to target with your students. That really helps you to identify how long the workshop will be and who should attend. And then secondly, resources. I've always known it to be great for students to bring something to the workshop, like something that you've given them prior to. Bring another resource or something that can help them to make connections between the content that you plan to scaffold in the workshop. And what resources do you need in order to help students master the particular targeted skill or content? All right. Now, tip number three are some strategies that I've seen in effective workshops. Okay. First and foremost, most effective workshops have collaborative discourse with students. They're able to talk, ask questions, or discuss things with you. Interactive. Students are working on something, they're excited, they're engaged. It might involve some video that you may have for them to interact with and ask questions. So inquiry, students are asking questions, you're asking questions, and that's what you want to see happening in your workshop. It also provide opportunities for students to apply meaning. So after they've done some type of collaborative discourse, how are they applying meaning to the content or skill that you are giving them? Maybe that's some type of hands-on activity that you have them completing, or is there something that they're working together to think about as they're working in pairs or triads at the table? So these are some really essential components and strategies that I've seen for effective workshopping. All right. Tip number four, they can't walk away, or you have to figure out, how will you assess understanding? Will there be some type of quiz? Are there a few key questions that you want your students to be able to answer by the end of the workshop that will help you to know what they know, understand about the content. And then also this piece helps you to figure out your next steps or if your objectives were met for the workshop. And it helps you to figure out, do you need to do some type of remediation or intervention with certain students? Or is there something, another workshop or something that you need to plan for? All right. And then lastly, tip number 5, allow opportunities for reflection and next steps. You need to reflect on what went well or what didn't go well in the workshop, and students can give you that information immediately. And then lastly, next steps. I've seen it work so well when students walk away and you ask them, so now that you understand this, what are your next steps? Or even giving them specific next steps for the next rotation that may be happening in your classroom. Again, it just depends on the structure and how you want to set up your workshops in the classroom. Again, workshops, they are specifically for you to get the information of a targeted skill or content to your students. You decide who will come. Is it whole group? You decide all of those processes. But I want you to know that I want you to make sure that you are intentionally planning these workshops so that your students will walk away understanding the content or the skill that you want them to have. All right, that's it for me for our quick lunchtime PBL tip. Let me know if you have any questions. You can tweet me at Sweet Starla, or you can just reach out to any of your coaches who can help you to develop an effective workshop within your classroom. All right, thanks so much. Have a great day.